going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing around with a fleshing machine. I told y'all on some of my previous videos that I've been wanting to get me a fleshing machine. I haven't done it yet. And a subscriber a couple of weeks ago got in touch with me, told me that he had a fleshing machine that I could have for free. Needless to say, we loaded up and went and got the thing. Let me show y'all what I got. This is a Authentic Supply Company portable tabletop flesher. Motor, it's got an inline shaft that goes straight to the wheel. I don't believe that there's any more that are made like this one. Reviews online are not great because the motor is kind of in your way rather than below you and all. But the cool thing is I've never used a fleshing machine before. So I have no bias. I have no idea what I'm doing, aside from having watched some videos on how to do it. But hey, if I can learn how to mount a deer head on YouTube, I can learn how to use a fleshing machine on YouTube. Used a lot of meat market equipment before in the past, so a little bit familiar with blades and sharpening and that kind of thing. So it doesn't really scare me, but it is going to be interesting learning curve trying to figure out how this thing works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my camera up over here and we're going to crank this thing up. I don't have any sharpening stills for it yet. I got to get me some, but I do have some T-pins, some little stainless T-pins. So I'm going to use one of those and see if I can't tune it up just a little bit based on how it's trying to shave. But that'll just be something we're going to have to see what happens when we try to do it. So anyway, let's see how this works. All right, well, starting out, we've got this cape. It's been in a pickle for about 3 or 4 days. But you can see how thick it is. Real thick, heavy cape. All I did was flesh it and salt it and put it in that pickle. See if we can thin this thing down a little bit, get this cleaned up. All right, start on this bottom edge right here. I've got these guards adjusted to where it won't shave on the bottom side. It gets a little bit aggressive as it comes up toward me. I've got a little bit of control of what I'm doing. That's kind of crazy. See that where it's taking that off? See how smooth that is? Saved me an extra cape just to practice this on. Not real sure how many holes I'll end up cutting in it, but I'm sure there's going to be some. See how it's peeling all that off of there. I'm not going real aggressive. Like I said, I've never done this, so I'm trying to be kind of slow and deliberate here at first until I figure out how deep this thing's going to cut and what I need to adjust. Just get a feel for it. As you're going, you can really feel where it's still thick and where it has shaved it down thinner. Just the way that the hide folds, how it bends. It's kind of amazing how you can still feel that thickness difference. I didn't know how that was gonna be as far as feel, but you really can tell what you've already worked on. cutting depth is actually pretty good on it, considering that I haven't tried to sharpen it or anything yet, just to see what it's like. All right. Show y'all what we got so far. A little bit awkward trying to film this because of the crazy angles. Okay, so right here y'all can see where I come to the edge of here and where the other edge is down here. And just how smooth that is, how smooth it's getting. Like right in here where you can see this blue, ideally that's what you want the whole cape to look like. That right there. It's thin. You see my finger right there, how thin that is compared to down here. We're still just thick, heavy leather. Like this down here is getting thin enough to pinch. See if I can get the rest of this thing done. We'll see how it turns out. All right, well, that was pretty interesting. And since I don't know any different, I'm just going to assume that it worked the way it was supposed to. The guard adjustments on this are not really user-friendly. It's just got one nut and a bolt. You just have to line it up, you know, and adjust it the best that you can, but I think I've just about got it where I want it. The way I've got it set, down on the very bottom edge, there's no blade, and it just gradually gets more and more, and that way I can kind of adjust up and down the blade depending on where I'm at on the deer. Up around the face, I can stay a little shallower, and on the neck, I can go a little bit deeper. But let's take a look at my cape so far. Y'all remember what it looked like before? And in all honesty, it wasn't too far away from where I would have mounted it in the past. But y'all, that right there is so much thinner. There's still a few high spots in it. You can kind of see where there's some places where I've got down to the blue right there. But not really wanting to go a whole lot thinner than that. I don't want to cut holes all in it. This is an extra cape, but it is a really good cape. I'd like to keep it, save it, in case somebody needs one. But I will say the face is kind of tough. It's going to take me a little bit of getting used to what angles I need to go at, or what direction I need to shave in. Look at how much thinner that is than it was. I mean, it's so much thinner and so much lighter. That's one thing that you really notice about it, is it just got rid of so many pounds of flesh. It's a little clogged down here at the bottom, and maybe they're all that way, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of place for this stuff to go. And I know on this one too, you can't take this guard off. You might be able to take the plate off the side here, but you'd have to undo these screws or bolts or nuts or whatever. Take that apart. It won't just lift off of here. It's pretty much semi-permanent. But I mean, all in all, I'm really impressed with it, especially for somebody to have given it to me. So Mitchell, over in East Alabama and Jacksonville, thank you so much for giving this to me. It has been a blessing in itself just for the gift, but I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a game changer as far as the amount of time it's going to save me. That took me probably 20 to 30 minutes. Whereas it was taking me close to an hour and a half to try to thin with a scalpel, and then getting half the results. This is so much cleaner, flatter hide, thinner hide, lighter hide. I mean, everything about it. Luckily, I didn't even cut a hole in the thing. I kind of expected to. Figure I probably will in the future, especially when I start trying to get a little more aggressive, because I know for a fact I can get it thinner than that. They're probably making fun of me right now thinking, man, he ain't even got there yet. Because it's not real thin, but it is way thinner than what I was mounting up. So as far as a comparison between other flesh machines, I have no idea because I've never used any other flesh machines. So to me, this right here works great compared to other flesh machines. It's been a while since this company's been in business, but y'all may have seen one or used one before. If y'all have used one of these compared to some of the other machines, y'all let me know some of the major differences. Like I said, I could see the comfort level a little bit as far as having to, you know, work around this motor right here. But other than that, I mean, it did what I needed it to do. And the fact that it is portable, I can always pick this up and set it somewhere else if I need to use this table for something. But I would like to know the advantages and disadvantages of other machines compared to this one. If y'all have got any kind of criticisms or any kind of advice, or anything on using a flesh machine, please tell me in the comments below. Because I know I need to learn how to use this thing. I've got to learn how to do it right. I got to learn how to do it reasonably fast, because I've got to turn over deer. But also, I want it to be quality. I want it to be better quality than what I've been doing. Always trying to improve if possible. And a lot of times, y'all's comments and advice really help me out, giving me ideas and just teaching me. Because, I mean, like I said, learned on YouTube, so I'm still learning on YouTube. Well, anyway, y'all, really appreciate y'all watching. Hope that y'all come back for the next video, and we will see y'all next time.